Ahoy, mateys! We're here again with our Death Shrieker build. Of course, we're going to use Ceravac's Horned Helmet because it looks the coolest. Deathstalker Mantle. There's a lot of different options for Cloak here. I don't think the Deathstalker Mantle worked out all that well. Vivacious, Cloak of the Weave, Cloak of Protection is always good, Cloak of Displacement is always good. Of course, you can use Deathstalker Mantle. I just was using it because of the name. We're kind of a Death Knight, Necromancy, big two-handed sword fighter, and Necromancer. Of course, we use Reaper's Embrace. It goes with our whole Death Shrieker theme with Howl of the Dead, and I mean it just looks like the best armor. Abyss Beckoners gives resistance to our ghouls and mummy without any downsides. And yeah, I know I'm wearing heavy armor and stuff. We won't be able to blade sing. Reverberation boots are going to be, just crazy synergistic with this build here. The reverberation gives decrease to Constitution saving throws, which is going to add to our weapon here to help us get the paralyze effects from our ghouls. Okay. The amulets are... This might be a controversial opinion, but amulets just aren't that good. The +2 to spell save DC can be really nice if you're doing especially if you're doing the Poison Cloud. Eversight Ring, yeah. We're a Death Knight, we're going to be using Blindness Immunity. But there's obviously different ones. The Ray of Fear does synergize with the Mummy, but I mean, I don't think it's all that. We're going to be doing a way better fear with our bow. Elixirs of Hill Giant Strength, of course, we're going to need a bunch of those. Ring of the Exalted Marrow. I mean, this is just... You got to use this if you're doing a Death Knight with Necromancy, right? Ghoulish Touch, it doesn't trigger extra attack, but with the Bloodlust Elixir, we can use it on one of our extra actions. Fowler Louvre. I wanted to use like a bigger greatsword, but Fowler Louvre is extremely synergistic. And then we have Bow of the Banshee for the arrow many targets, Frighten, to enable our mummy's extra attacks. I think it's going to be the best for us here. So we'll kind of go through everything. Shriek gives a -1d4 to saving throws for enemies from the Fowler Louvre, and that's going to help us land Frightens. It's going to help us land the Paralyzes. It's going to help us land Sleep for enabling the Devours. It's just, I mean, I can't justify using another sword. There's just so much synergy there. Darkness, obviously good spell. We're going to take especially Long Straight or Mage Armor. Shield's always good. Animate Dead and Create Dead, of course. Fire Shield is just a free buff. Cloud Kill works extremely well with the ghouls and the mummy because they're immune to poison. I would highly recommend playing this in a party with like a nature druid, not a nature druid, nature cleric. Glyph of Warding can get Sleep off to enable Devour for the ghouls. But yeah, Cloud Kill, I mean, if you have a level 11 cleric, especially nature, to give yourself immunity to it through the feast. Circle of Death, you gotta take it, right? It is what it is. Alright, so we got our flying ghouls here. You can give them, of course, you can give them Cloud Giant strength elixirs, but this is going to be the most strength elixir hungry if you want it to be, because, I mean, that's plus 10% to their accuracy if you give them the strength elixirs. The mummies, I mean, if we can get Frightened off, this multi-attack, extremely strong. It'll trigger the Fowler Louvre Shriek damage 4 times if it hits. And we can give them the strength elixir too. The mage armor on the ghouls, I think, is +1 to AC, but on the mummy, it doesn't really do anything. The mummy's going to be our more tanky unit. And again, I highly recommend playing this with like a high-level cleric for aid, the feast, and just buffing everything, okay? But we're going to do this fight solo right now and just demonstrate my idea here of how this works. So we're doing a Necromancer Death Knight, okay? Our theme is just being a total edgelord. Zombies or ghouls and skeletons and hitting people with a big sword. So we'll hide in the darkness. We're gonna buff ourselves first. I mean, chill shield, just free buff. Mirror image, free buff. Then shriek and pause. Toggle on our Abyss Beckoners. All our allies have resistance. And then we'll fire off bow the Banshee to see if we can get frightened off. We got one frightened. So that's who I'm going to target with the mummy. So I'll send the mummy over there. The skeleton will become mad, but the ghouls and mummy, even if they don't succeed the saving throw for the mad, they still don't become mad. I messed up a little bit here, I think. Oh, I got the shriek. So you'll see it'll trigger on both the damages here on the multi-attack. So it triggers on the bludgeoning and the necrotic damage. And so if I hit him twice, it would trigger the thunder damage 4 times. I mean, I really wanted to use a great sword, but it's just, Fowler loops so good here. Thunder damage on all our attacks, decreased saving throws. So even though we have reverberation and the shriek on this guy, they're constitution saving throws. They have proficiency, they have high constitution. It's just really tough on these guys specifically. If you play this in a party with like a tiger barbarian that's inducing bleed for disadvantage on constitution saving throws, for example, that could probably help with the getting the paralyze off. But we did get one paralyze off, so that's our goal here. We're building around paralyze and frighten for the mummy and the ghouls. So I went for the half orc thing here because I used the cheater's ring to become a half orc basically, and then just use disguise. But getting the paralyze off and then just getting the extra 1d10 damage, it just feels right. So we have our howl here from the armor, which gives them numb. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's kind of fun. It's a bonus action. If you get a kill with your sword, you can obviously get the bonus action attack from the Great Weapon Master, but this slows them and gives us advantage on at least our first attack against them. And we have a higher chance of hitting it with the shriek there. I like playing around darkness here because if we actually do it properly, we can prevent some ranged attacks and keep everyone grouped pretty well together for the Abyss Beckoners. I'm going to be breaking like every rule we have about character building. We're not taking the blade singing. We're building dexterity on a heavy armor character. Alright, this isn't supposed to be the most optimal thing in the world. This is supposed to be a theme build with as much synergy as possible as we can make from the necromancy spells. Okay. So this this is kind of a close call. We went for 8 Constitution here. Remus told me that Constitution's a dumb stat, so I mean, not wrong. Luckily, we have some temporary hit points from the Bloodlust Elixir. I'll just put another Darkness down, make it easy for myself. And then I'm eyeing that Great Weapon Master attack, but I'll just play it safe here and take a potion, I think. We still have an extra attack that we can maybe get another Frightened off for the Mummy. Unfortunately, it does get rid of the numbed from... I didn't realize it would get rid of the numbed from the second target off the arrow many targets. It's kind of odd, but it's fine. So I just heal back so I don't risk anything. And then I'll make my way, so I'm shrieking everybody and also trying to hit all my ghouls with the Abyss Beckoners for resistance. We get the paralyze off, nice. Again, we get plus 10% to our accuracy just from, if you want to really chug, strength elixirs, which I personally don't mind because I'm a rogue fanatic, stealing fanatic. Okay. Saved against the claws. I think only one person is feared, and it's that guy. I mean, a crit on this attack is just going to be quite a lot of damage. We didn't get the shriek damage on top of it, so we didn't get 4 times the thunder damage, but I mean, this is a minion doing what, 80 damage in a hit? Something like that. Close to it. I don't need to counterspell this. And you can do this build with like once you get to level 10 on Bard, you can get Animate Dead. But I mean, we just get so many utility spells here. You can also get Create Dead from the ring if you don't want to go all the way to level 11 Wizard and you wanted to do something like 10 Wizard, 2 Paladin. That's an option. If you wanted to get aid on a single character, you could do something like 8 Wizard, 1 Fighter, 3 Cleric, maybe something like that. If you want the heavy armor, or actually you could just do like 9 Wizard, 3 Cleric, or 8 Wizard, 4 Cleric, and take one of the heavy armor subclasses of Cleric for aid. That way you can heal your summons and make them have a lot more hit points. Okay. But I think this would work extremely well on just like a duo with a nature cleric. And there we go. That's how our play pattern is going to be when we're like level 12. So let's see how we start from the beginning here. Like I said, Constitution Maybe it's a dumb stat. I'm doing this as a bit of meme for Remus here, but if you have like a cleric casting 8 on you, it's certainly a dumb stat. I mean, if you're playing solo and you just want to have a little bit of a safety net, I would go for maybe a higher constitution personally. This build isn't really the most mobile damage avoiding build, so it could definitely go for a little bit more constitution here. You could take fighter at level 1 and then wizard at level 2, or you could just straight up go wizard to level 6 and postpone getting the heavy armor and medium armor and all that. Because you do get the longsword proficiency from wizard at level 2. So it's not a huge deal. But if you want the whole heavy armor, medium armor look, then you could just take it at level 1. It just delays your extra attack for a level and delays your animate dead a little bit. Taking fighter at level 1 eventually does get you the Constitution saving throws proficiency. Bursting sinew is a consideration, but I don't think it's the best. Of course, we're taking Toll the Dead. Since it's thematic, we're taking Booming Blade, obviously. We're going to take all the utility spells, especially Mage Armor and Long Strider, to buff all our summons. Those are the most important. So yeah, Mage Armor, Long Strider, 100%. You want those. Shield, always strong. And then just take whatever you want. Disguise Self, Enhanced Leap. We're level 3 now. I mean, level 2? Level 2 now. So Disguise Self is useful for getting around the map when you're level 2. Act 1. We're going to go up to level 4 here just to demonstrate how you might play in the early game. Okay. We're obviously going to take the Bladesinger class because that's the one that gets extra attack. So we can Booming Blade, do another attack, and if we have Bloodlust and we kill something, we get the bonus attack from Great Weapon Master, and we can use a spell with our Bloodlust action, or do whatever else we want to do. We're not. You could do this build and do it completely similar and just Blade Sing and wear light armor or whatever. Nothing's stopping you from doing that. But I mean, just look at Ketheric's armor, right? So we'll take this up to level 4. We're going to take Darkness here. There's some different considerations. Misty Step, Mirror Image, always strong. I'm a big fan of Arcane Lock. You can do some really fun things with it. And the thing is, even though Animate Dead is a 3rd level spell, you can start getting scrolls of it at level 3, right? So the level of the spell times 2 minus 1 is what level you'll learn the spell. The level of the spell times 2 minus 3 is what level you can get the scrolls. So a 3rd level spell, while you learn it at 5, you can get the scrolls at level 3. So we already, at level 4, have collected some scrolls. And I like here the skeleton. Okay. So we're going to cast Animate Dead. We're going to pretend we're in Act 1. Get ourselves a skeleton. And this is going to be how we're playing like Act 1, right? We give our skeleton mage armor, and boom. Let's look at our skeleton. Of course, we'll give ourselves a long strider first. I mean, mobility is always good. So our armor class goes from 11 to 16 with mage armor. Huge buff, right? And credit to Min-Max Mad Maddie for teaching me a lot about summons to help me with this build.
Wretched thing. Pull yourself together.
There's some pretty good content. So I'm just demonstrating here that the Abyss Beckoners will cause the skeleton to go mad. So be careful with that. Don't forget to turn them off. You can stop the skeleton from being mad just by basically turning it off there. But yeah, the Abyss Beckoners don't affect the ghouls or the mummy, so once you get to your 5th level is when you get the ghoul. You can just throw on the Abyss Beckoners and you're good to go. Once you get your 4th level spells, you'll get 3 skeletons. And this will be your play pattern. We're going to get it completely annihilated here. I mean, we're level 4 with 18 health, fighting a bunch of guards with throwing weapons, which can attack you through the darkness. Unfortunately, we're not a rogue here using cunning action hide. Cunning action hide would make us completely safe here when you're in matter, but that's not the build. So, play pattern level 4. You can use darkness or not use darkness. Draw on your shriek. Your booming blade, okay. And I still have some of the higher level equipment on, but you get the idea. We attack with our skeleton. We kind of zip in and out of the darkness to keep safe from ranged attacks. Which isn't going to work great here. But, yeah. Booming blade, and we step back into the darkness. They chase after us, they take the damage, okay. I don't have a time to do like a full playthrough with this, but based on all my experience, I think it'll work just fine if you want to go with this playstyle or theme of the Necromancer Knight. You could go with a big maul or great sword, but the Valor Lube is just. I mean, you could go dexterity and it enables the Banshee bow to enable the mummy, and then everything just synergizes to get the statuses going. But yeah, that's the build.